All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahawadash. Giving double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Peace and salutations to the few, or Salakia. Peace and salutations to the brethren that I came out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth in 100% sincerity. And peace and salutations to the few and sincere sisters who believe in this gospel, right? So I want to entitle this lesson, "And Her Sins Have Reached Unto Heaven." And I know I got the inspiration for this topic from, Salakia, from this past weekend's camp. I was going to say a video clip, but I don't have a video clip here. Usually I put that in my notes. But from this past weekend, the camp this past weekend that I had with Brother Atazawam, and I don't know, a part of the camp, or about halfway into the camp, you will hear a bunch of rowdy motherfuckers riding by butt naked on bikes, and we just started, me and the Brother Atazawam just started, cursing this place out, cursing those people that were riding by, because this place is abominable, man. This place here in Babylon the Great is an abomination. There's no way that there should be anything like that should be allowed on the streets. One, there's children out there, right? There's children out there, walking around downtown St. Louis, getting pizza, ice cream, and shit like that. Families out there and everything. You got tourists and shit like that. So it's like, children shouldn't be exposed to shit like that. That's wicked as hell, right? And two, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to look upon another man's nakedness, right? But, you have women riding around out there. Now, women could be single, right? Because according to the law, a man is not supposed to look upon another man's nakedness, right? If you go back to Genesis, when Ham, I believe it was Ham, looked upon his father Noah's nakedness, right? When Noah was drunk in the tent, But also, when it comes to a woman, if a woman is a married woman, you're not supposed to look upon her nakedness either. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know if these women had husbands at home, men that they're with or whatever. So it's like this place is an abomination to promote and allow something like that to go on, right? But I was just thinking about prophecy because of, the wine of Babylon the Great, which is the philosophies of Babylon the Great that's pushed here, which is that what? Do as thou wilt, right? Do as thou wilt, fulfill the lust of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? And just be how you want to be, no matter how much of an abomination it is to the eyes of the Heavenly Father, right? So this is Revelation 18, starting at verse 1, and it says, "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies," right? So when we look at how America operates, America is a Babylon the Great is a country that pushes that do as thou wilt philosophy upon the other nations, right? And a lot of nations have bought into it, right? A lot of these European countries have bought into it. You know, some of these Middle Eastern countries are starting to buy into it. Asian countries are buying into it. South American countries are buying into it. And these world leaders, and really most of these world leaders are puppets for the elite. But these world leaders are going, going along with it and pushing that up on their people too, you know? And this is what it's talking about. For all nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication, right? And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, right? Because, and let's keep going and read it again. It says, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, right? Because through that fornication comes what? For these other nations in Babylon the Great, it comes what? Profit, money, right? Money comes from that. The entertainment, the music, which is, this is part of entertainment, right? But, and really that's the main thing where it's pushed through, because entertainment is a vessel where, people can find a sense of euphoria, can find a sense of relaxation, can find a sense of pleasure. You know what I'm saying? So through entertainment, a lot of wickedness is pushed, right? But, you have a lot of other industries, right? The food, industries that stem from entertainment, because Babylon the Great the main import that Babylon the Great has is entertainment, right? When you come to Babylon the Great, what are the biggest things that are noted here for? What? Sports, music, movies, actors, all things that have to do with the form of entertainment, right? And then, a lot of these merchants, they profit off of that, because these Babylonians and, those countries, those people who live in the countries who have, bought into the philosophy of that do as thou wilt philosophy of Babylon the Great, but namely here in Babylon the Great, in America, you can market products based on the entertainment that's pushed, right? So, for example, you see a rapper, Anton Daniels, for example. He ain't a rapper, but, he a nigga. But, he bragging to us about, his Porsche and all of this other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But you want to buy the Porsche because they've made it a symbol of status, right? And who has made it? Through who have they made it a symbol of status? Through the entertainers, right? Through the music artists and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you feel esteemed to brag about a Porsche that you have because of the philosophy and the things that are pushed here in Babylon the Great. Because if a Toyota Corolla, a 1998 Toyota Corolla was pushed as an esteemed of a symbol of status, you know what you have? You fucking have a 1998 Toyota Corolla. You know what I'm saying? Right? Verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues. This is the elect being out of Babylon. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities, right? What are the iniquities of Babylon the Great, right? One, these things that Babylon pushes throughout the world, right? The do as thou wilt spirit that Babylon pushes throughout the world, right? Do as thou wilt with your sexuality. Do as thou wilt with your food. Do as thou wilt with your families. Do as thou wilt with your children, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That Babylon pushes throughout the world, right? But what else? what this place has done to the Israelites, what this place has done to the northern kingdom, right? The Gadites, the Reubenites, slaying them, taking all the land. Um, you know what I'm saying? Putting them in reservations and causing them to, go off through wine and or destroying them through wine and liquor and things like that. In the southern kingdom, right? Uh, the Judites, the Levites, Benjaminites, right? Being brought over here as slaves, free labor to build these countries up. You know what I'm saying? These are the things and a host of other heinous things that's happening in this country, which is too much to mention right now. Um, but these are the things that, these are the iniquities of Babylon the Great, right? And the Lord is going to remember these things, right? And the Lord is going to send judgment out for that. And it says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double, right? How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, because these people live, these Edomites, mainly these, you want to say wealthy and quote unquote middle class Edomites. You know what I'm saying? It's not all the everyday Edomite, but a lot of Edomites live here in luxury. They live deliciously. Everything is all good for them. Right? An example that the brothers bring up, brother Rob brings up, is you'll hear Edomites talking like, well, this year we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that and we're gonna buy a home and we're gonna go to Cambodia and we're gonna go camping and we're going to frolic through the forest and all this type of shit. And they go out there and do the shit. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Jake, we be looking at tomorrow like, we're gonna see how the day go. We gonna see how I go tomorrow. I want to do this, but we gonna see how I go because some bullshit might come up. But that's how it is. That's how it is for us. That's how it is for, and that's how it is for them. Right? They live deliciously while Jake is, living in squalor, living in the crumbs of everything, right? Right? Says, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall utterly be burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judges her, right? Let's go to Isaiah 47. Because Isaiah 47, starting at verse 1, it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne, or daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover thy thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Right? Let's skip down to verse 7. It says, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever. Right? Meaning that I should be good forever. I should be in good standing forever. I should be in good case forever. You know what I'm saying? That's what these Babylonians think, that America, especially the elite, they think that, well, not necessarily the elite because they got other plans. But these Babylonians, quote unquote, Americans, they think that this place is going to last forever. They don't think that the destruction is coming here to Babylon the Great. They don't think that nuclear fire is coming here to America. Right? And it says, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this, thou art given to pleasures that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a window, neither shall I know the loss of children, right? So, and what that means is that basically just saying that we're going to be in good standing, right? Like, These people have hope that Babylon the Great is going to bounce back from the state that it's in, right? We see these things with the election and all of this stuff. Everybody knows that this place is fucked right now, but they have hope that it's going to bounce back, right? We're going to make a comeback. That everything's going to be better later on. We're just going through a rough patch right now. Nah, this is prophecy playing out, leading up to the destruction of Babylon the Great. Call her like Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. This is prophecy playing out, leading up to the destruction.